I'm Nicole Auerbach.
Kevin Kugler of Westwood One.
Hi, everybody. It's Pete Pranica of the Memphis Grizzlies and Fox Sports Southeast.
This is Danielle Musselman.
This is Kyle Peterson with ESPN.
This is Tom Hart of ESPN and the SEC Network. Thanks for tuning in to the Washington Sports Digital Network.
And welcome back to the second half of this doubleheader here on the Washita Sports Digital Network. I'm Isaac Bourne, joined by Grant Johnson. And after that women's game where the Harding Lady Bison were able to come out on top 72-52, let's watch the men play now. The Harding Bisons coming into this one after a win against Arkansas Tech, and Washita coming into this one after a win across the street at Henderson State. You see the records for both of these teams, and Washita a little bit better than that record actually says on the screen. But Grant, you know, Washita, they're sitting at third in the conference right now after that crucial win at Henderson State. You know, what do they need to do to even pick up more momentum with the win at home today?
I mean, this would be a big one for sure. You got a Harding team that's very good from beyond the arc. And then Washita Baptist coming off of a huge win at Henderson. I mean, talk about that game. Hobart Grayson went off, and Sean Williams, he also went off. I mean, that was a great game all the way around. This win would really just boost them up even more. They're number 3 in the conference. I wouldn't doubt after a win like this, maybe number 2.
And Washita averaging 84.4 points per game on the year. That's conference leading. And then looking at Harding in that regard, they're 4th in the conference, averaging 78.6 points per game. So, Grant, this is going to be a high-scoring affair. But I also feel like every time I say that, you know, we experience a game that's not as high-scoring. So maybe both coaches trying to get a little bit of a defensive game as well. You really don't know what to expect from this team, but there's one thing you can expect, and that's the scoring prowess of Hobart Grayson. Conference leading right now, averaging a double-double with not just over 10 rebounds a game, but also averaging 24.5 a game. Conference leading just recently after Cam McDowell dropped to number 2. So, Grant, without Grayson, obviously, without Grayson, you've also got Sean Williams. So they played through those 2 players the other night. How do you expect them to play against this team?
I mean, the exact same way they did the other night. I wouldn't doubt if Sean Williams got some more touches in this game. You got to think that Harding gets the same kind of stats, the same kind of scouting report that we do, and they're probably going to maybe trap them over screens and maybe double them, kind of like Henderson tried to do in the game the other night. I mean, kind of whenever he gets down in that post and in that lower area, sometimes they send multiple people at him and try to get him to, you know, force it over and kind of fumble it away. But Grayson seems to have a pretty good head and passing the ball to his teammates, getting his teammates involved. So, I mean, I got to assume that Harding knows about Hobart Grayson, obviously, and they're going to try to double him and probably put a little bit of pressure on him as well.
And the scoring for Harding coming from the backcourt. Riley Marshall averaging 16.1 points per game, and then Keelan McBride averaging 15.1. So 2 players that have been really some of the best guards in the GAC this season. Marshall shooting 48% from the field, and then McBride shooting 53.2. So if Washita wants to shut down these 2 guards, what players do you think are going to be crucial in that aspect?
Shutting down the guards, I mean, are you talking about as far as Hobart Grayson and Sean Williams?
How do you play defense on such electric guards from the GAC?
It's tough. I mean, really trying to run them off the court is a big thing. I mean, full court pressing, trapping whenever you can. I mean, those are really the only 2 ways that I can think of that you can really just put some pressure on them, try to get them to force it over and make mistakes is really all you can do.
And just a couple seconds away now from starting lineups. So, Grant, what are your final thoughts, and how does Washita come out on top here at home?
I think if they don't foul Harding, they'll have a really, really good shot. And obviously going over those ball screens on top, Harding shoots around 81% from the free throw line. So, I mean, can't let them get to the line, obviously.
Now we're going to send it over to the intercom for the starting lineups for both teams.
Bill Vining Arena for this afternoon's Great American Conference Contest, featuring the Bisons of Harding University against your Washita Tigers. And now introducing the starting lineup for the Harding University Bisons. Junior guard from Jonesboro, Arkansas, number 1, Keelan McBride. Senior guard from Mount Vernon, Arkansas, number 3, Wesley Booker. Junior guard from Beebe, Arkansas, number 10, Riley Marshall. Senior guard from Bald Knob, Arkansas, number 15, Stetson Smithson. And senior forward from Gurdon, Arkansas, number 24, Sam Smith. The head coach of the Harding Bisons is Weston Jameson. The assistant coach is Bradley Spencer. And now, Tiger Nation, let me hear you roar! This is the starting lineup for your Ouachita Tigers! Junior guard from Houston, Texas, number 2, P.J. Neal. Junior forward from Gonzales, Louisiana, number 5, Hobart Grayson. Junior forward from Terrell, Texas, number 21, Devin Franklin. Senior guard from Dayton, Louisiana, number 3, Reggie Martin. And graduate guard from St. Louis, Missouri, number 22, Sean Williams. The head coach of the Ouachita Tigers is Dennis Nutt. The assistant coaches are Levin Thornton and Richard Stringfield. This afternoon's officials are Patrick Watson, Chris Dunn, and Derek Ward.
And there you have it, the 5 out for head coach Dennis Nutt. As usual, Reggie Martin, Sean Williams, and P.J. Neal holding down the guard spots. And then in the front court, you've got Devin Franklin and the conference leader in points per game, Hobart Grayson. On the other side of the court for the Bison, you've got number 3, Wesley Booker, number 1, Keelan McBride, number 10, Riley Marshall, number 15, Stetson Smithson, and the man in the middle from right down the road in Gurdon, Arkansas, number 24, Sam Smith. Tip-off will be between Smith and Hobart Grayson. And Grayson wins the tip, and we're off here from Bill Vining Arena. P.J. Neal's going to take the ball down the court. And quickly, Sean Smith's going to have the ball in his hands. Smith to Devin Franklin, and hanging in midair. That's the first 2 of the game for the Tigers.
What a play and what a connection there from Sean Williams to find him down low. I mean, just great ball movement already.
Keelan McBride, he's got the ball at the top of the key, looking for one of his teammates. And that one's stolen by Grayson. Battle for the ball. Diving on the floor was Neal and Smithson, and they're going to say P.J. Neal was out of bounds. Great effort by the Tigers already. They want to go ahead and make a statement in this game, but that time the ball's going to go back to the Bisons.
It looks like Neal's already going to throw some pressure on that Harding offense, make them kind of rush themselves a little bit is what it looks like.
Hand off to Booker. He's going to drive on the baseline. Pull up by Sam Smith, and that one's good. Smith with the shot from the free throw line. He's 1 for 1 to start the game. Here's Williams left side. Driving towards the middle. Back over to Grayson. He's got Booker on him. The spin move. And that one's swatted. Sending Hobart Grayson to the floor as well. And Harding's going quickly.
Yeah, Harding's got numbers here with Grayson falling down back there, but he recovers quickly.
McBride looking for a teammate. He's got Smithson for 3, no good. Sam Smith on the follow, no good as well. Sean Williams gets the rebound, fighting for it. And now he's going to run quickly. Smithson trailing behind him. P.J. Neal on the outside, the spin move. Williams mid-range shot, no good off the backside of the rim. Still 2-2 right here. 18-15 on the clock. Here's Wesley Booker, the senior out of Mount Vernon, Arkansas, but it's stolen by Hobart Grayson, and he throws it down. Put it on his head, the junior from Gonzales, Louisiana.
That'll get things heated up quick. What a slam there by Grayson.
And what a momentum play for the Tigers to start this one. McBride driving, trying to give any type of momentum back to the Bison, and that's a walk. Just trying to gather themselves. And that's a substitution for the Bisons. Coming in, number 11, Josh Denton, alongside number 2, Wyatt Gilbert. I got to take a second to calm down after that one.
And it all started with that steal that Grayson got. That's 2 now that he's got in transition opportunities and makes the most of it right there.
Here's Sean Williams. Pass over to Reggie Martin. Pull up from just inside the three-point arc. That one's no good. Here's Keelan McBride. Driving on Neal. Nice pass inside to Gilbert. Three-point shot is up and no good for Denton. His first shot goes as a miss. Martin on the left side to Grayson. He's guarded by Denton. Goes up, high off the glass and in. Hobart Grayson starting off 2 for 3 today.
And like I talked about earlier, Harding's going to try to double him whenever he gets down on that block and around that post area, and they tried to double him there, and it just did not work.
They tried to guard him earlier on the fast break. You know, you saw how that ended up. Gilbert with the ball. Sam Smith, guarded by Devin Franklin. Puts it up, the floater, no good. Hobart Grayson on the rebound. Pass over to Sean Williams in the corner. Neal on the drive. Grayson, pull up from deep. That one's no good. Devin Franklin with the follow. And he can't get that one to go, but give him 2 shots at the line for his efforts.
Great second chance opportunity there for Franklin. Almost got the and one. That's just staying down there and, I mean, just using your body to get a big rebound, and now he's going to the line.
And Devin Franklin on the season, shooting 62.8% from the line. And the first one rattles out for him, so he'll start off 0 for 1 from the stripe. Substitution for both teams. MJ Leslie coming in for the Tigers, and then coming in for the Bisons, number 4, Ornette Gaines, the freshman out of Fayetteville, Arkansas. Second one is up and laces. He goes 1 for 2 at the stripe. Tigers take a 5-point lead. Substitution for the Tigers as well. Gavin Snyder coming in for Devin Franklin and Grant. Gavin Snyder coming off an incredible performance the other night as well.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. Gavin Snyder coming off the bench, and, I mean, he made a big impact on those from the bench points and a couple of big three-pointers as well.
Snyder leading the conference in three-point percentage. He went 3 for 4 the other night. Pass outside to McBride, thought about the three. That one, they thought it was stripped by Snyder, but they're going to call the foul on the floor. And that foul will go on Snyder. That's going to send us to our first media timeout of the game. The Tigers lead 7-2, 15:56 remaining in the first half here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law.
Whether you realize it or not, you see the work of Batson Signs all around Arkadelphia. When you see the Badger equipment trailer on the way to a Badger game, Batson Signs did that. When you're watching the Badgers, Tigers, or Reddies and see the signage that just really makes their facilities pop, Batson Signs did that too. You see the signage in downtown Arkadelphia, on the campuses of Ouachita and Henderson, or the sign in your neighbor's yard supporting a candidate or their favorite Badger? Yep, Batson Sign did that too. Longtime residents and supporters of all things Arkadelphia, call Mark, Jared, Chris, or Ryan at Batson Signs today to see what they can do for you.
And welcome back to Bill Vining Arena, the place that we've just saw almost a baptism from Hobart Grayson. That's what I said during the timeout. Tigers lead 7-2, 15:56 remaining in the first half. And Grayson has just been all over the court so far to start. He's got 4 points, a rebound, and a steal. And right now his team has a 5-point lead. It is Harding ball. Before the timeout, Gavin Snyder picking up the foul on the floor. That's his first foul of the game. McBride, nice pass inside to Smithson. And Harding gets their second field goal of the game to go.
And I don't hate that foul that Gavin Snyder had a minute ago. I mean, you really want some intensity and a big defender guy coming off the bench like Gavin Snyder is.
Leslie thought about the corner three, the drive, pass outside to Grayson. Here's Neal. Sean Williams with the ball. He's guarded by McBride, and the tough bucket is no good, trying to get the shot over the taller defender.
He had a good look at it and kept it pretty secure and didn't get it poked out, but just can't get it to fall.
McBride in the corner, takes it over Neal. No good. Grayson on the rebound. That's number 2 for him. Keep track because he's first in the conference in those rebounds. No good off the left side of the rim. He wanted the foul.
I think that one was a little bit out of control there.
Smithson, handoff to Gaines. Denton. Inside to Smithson, and Stetson Smithson. Give him 4 on the afternoon. He's leading all scorers for the Bison.
And Harding only trailing by 1 point, and I don't think they have a 3-point make yet, which is pretty surprising.
They've taken 2 from beyond the arc today. Made none of them. Neal out to Leslie. And the entry pass to Sean Williams. He's fouled by Keelan McBride, so it's going to stay here, Ouachita basketball. And since the timeout, Ouachita has yet to score. They still lead 7-6. The Bisons have been able to score twice. Substitutions for them. Coming in, number 10, Riley Marshall, and for number 2, Wyatt Gilbert.
And Williams is just really good at getting down in that paint and getting an entry pass.
And that pass was stolen by Ornette Gaines, and P.J. Neal whistled for the foul. That's his first foul of the contest, team's second.
You don't want to get in foul trouble if you're Ouachita. We talked about it earlier, Harding being at 81% free throw percentage.
Here's Marshall taking down the ball. He's guarded by Snyder. And the layup rolls off the rim. Leslie with the rebound, Tigers going quickly. Snyder tried to get it inside to Sean Williams, but the pass goes errant, and it's out of bounds.
Yeah, it looks like Snyder was moving a little bit too quick there and couldn't connect inside.
Here's Keelan McBride, the junior from Jonesboro, Arkansas. The 3 is no good for Riley Marshall. And Gaines with the rebound, able to draw the foul. He'll have 2 shots from the line. These will be the first free throws of the game for the Bisons.
And Harding with another good look from beyond the arc and still can't get it to fall. What is that, 0 for 4?
0 for 3 up to this point. Freshman out of Fayetteville knocks down the first one. Substitutions for both teams. Coming in for P.J. Neal is Reggie Martin. And then coming in for the Bisons, number 3, Wesley Booker. Transfer from Arkansas Monticello. Second one is up and good. Harding takes their first lead of the game. Here's Snyder with the ball. Wilbert Grayson pass over to Sean Williams. Williams shot over Stetson Smithson, and he knocks it down. That's the first 3 of the game for either team, and it's at the hands of Sean Williams.
Sean Williams is just great with that dribbling around and creating his own shot.
Smithson passed out for 3. No good. And Riley Marshall misses his second 3 of the game. Martin behind the back. Shifty moves to the outside. Here's Grayson from deep, and that one's no good. Hobert Grayson can typically make those, shooting around 38% from deep this season. That time can't convert.
Yeah, Harding got lucky there.
McBride driving on Snyder. Out in the corner, here's Smithson, and he rolls in the first 3 of the game for the Bisons. That's their second lead of the game, and they take it right back.
Yeah, I know they haven't made one yet, but you can't allow them to get hot.
Martin looking for a teammate. He's got Snyder on the side. Grayson, entry pass to Sean Williams. Williams, nice pass. Here's Snyder. The drive has Grayson. Good ball movement by the Tigers. Reggie Martin passed up a wide open three. Martin loses the basketball, but great play by Sean Williams to get on top of it and put himself at the line.
Yeah, it started with Williams and ended with Williams. I know they don't call this a foul. Maybe we'll see it on a replay, but Williams kind of hooked the defender around. It's a smart move, and a lot of refs don't really call it whenever you're off the ball. It's almost like setting a screen, but you're kind of moving. And, I mean, yeah, it's pretty effective. Created a chance inside and couldn't get it. Williams got the rebound, and now he's to the line.
Sean Williams, an 87.3% free throw shooter on the season. Transfer from CSU Bakersfield, playing his first season in 2 years after taking 2 years out due to injury. Also spent some time in Manhattan, Kansas for the Kansas State Wildcats. Wyatt Gilbert taking the ball down the court.
And I like this pressure that Ouachita's already started out with.
And Sam Smith, great high-low to him, and he's able to get some more points on the board.
He's going to be a tough one for Franklin to guard down low.
Harding, they lead by 1. Leslie to Franklin to Martin. Drive left side. And nice step through for Reggie Martin. He's going to get himself his first 2 points of the game.
And that's that quick first step just working to his advantage right there.
Wyatt Gilbert. Here's Riley Marshall. He averages 15 a game. Over in the corner. That's no good for Booker. Back the other way are the Tigers. They're going quickly. Williams going to slow it down just a little bit. Snyder between the legs. Corner look for Sean Williams, and he laces it. What a move by Gavin Snyder, and what a find to Sean Williams in the left corner.
And that's that presence of Gavin Snyder coming off the bench and already making a big impact.
And that shot pass goes errant, and here's MJ Leslie on the break. Sean Williams, and the layup off the back rim. Nice save by Devin Franklin, though. MJ Leslie on the three, no good. And a tussle on the floor. They're going to call the foul on Devin Franklin. That's his first foul of the contest. Just a crazy sequence there. Great save by Franklin. Leslie misses the three, then just runs right through Wyatt Gilbert, just pretending like the senior out of Mountain Home, Arkansas isn't even there. And that's going to send us to another break. 10:36 left in the first half. Ouachita leads 17-13 here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law.
Mom was always very self-sufficient, but we started noticing things were off.
I was forgetting my responsibilities at work.
I told Mom we should visit a doctor.
Alzheimer's. It was hard to hear that.
Early detection gave us time to seek information and support as a family. I've never felt more connected with Mom.
If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
And right now, referees looking at that last play following the media timeout. Welcome back to the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, where the Tigers lead 17-13.
And Franklin looked like a 6'8" linebacker coming through the hole there.
And right now, looks like referees are looking at the clock, maybe checking on the foul as well. Just want to make sure that this game is played as fairly as it can.
And every call matters here. I mean, I think this is going to be one of those games that comes down to the wire.
If he can slow that down right there, one more time. If he can slow it down. Right, yeah, that speed right there.
Just wanting to make sure that everything is all right on the clock.
And I wouldn't doubt if maybe they got Franklin on a flagrant, do you think?
Could possibly be, but also just wanted to it looks also to be maybe a possible just shot clock check, make sure everything's good there.
And a big dog pile over there.
Looks like it was a foul on the floor, so no free throws to be shot, and Stetson Smithson will be inbounding the ball to Keelan McBride. McBride back in the game. He's yet to score, 0 for 2 from the field. Smithson right inside the three-point arc. Bobby Grant with the three, and that one's no good. Devin Franklin, nice rebound. And a nice strip by Josh Denton. But it's going to stay Ouachita basketball.
Looks like Harding's really going to press up on this half court maybe. No, they fall back, but I wouldn't doubt if we see it pretty soon.
Reggie Martin, nice pass inside to Snyder. Hanging in midair, wanted the foul, couldn't get it. Back the other way are the Bisons. Ouachita faithful, making sure to let the referees hear about it.
Yeah, I thought that was a lot of contact down low, and I thought Snyder did a good job of kind of protecting his shot and using his body to his advantage. Couldn't get the foul call, though.
Smithson shot over Williams in the corner, and that one's good. Stetson Smithson really keeping the Bisons in this game by himself. He's got 10 of the team's 16 points today.
And he's a tough one to guard because he's kind of taller, and not many guards can really guard that shot from beyond the arc.
MJ Leslie, that one's all net for him. Give him 3 to start.
Looks like they can't guard Leslie from beyond the arc either.
That's his second attempt on the day. It goes as a make from deep. And the three is good. Give that one to Josh Denton, the senior from Maumelle, Arkansas.
If you're Ouachita, you really got to press up on them out there. If they beat you off that first step and get to the basket, so be it.
Snyder pass inside to Devin Franklin, and he's going to draw the foul. And Grant, you were talking about that. You were talking about this earlier in the game. You were surprised that they hadn't made any threes, and now Harding starting to get a little bit of a rhythm from deep. They've made their last 2 now.
I think that's caused by Ouachita giving them too many chances to just try to get hot. You know, playing in a different gym, it kind of takes a minute for a lot of shooters to kind of find that rim. And, you know, some rims are different than others. And, I mean, just letting them take too many opportunities is really all it's been.
Franklin no good on the first one. Substitution for Ouachita. Coming in for the Tigers, P.J. Neal and Hobart Grayson. They come in for Sean Williams and Gavin Snyder. Franklin, he took 2 earlier, went 1 for 2 there. And this time he's going to go 1 for 2. 2 for 4 on the day from the stripe. Here's Keelan McBride taking the ball down on P.J. Neal. McBride looking for Smith, who's trying to get position in the post. Pull up over Franklin, and that one's good. Sam Smith, he's had himself a good day as well for his team. 3 for 5 to start.
And that's just gross. What a fadeaway there. Harding playing pretty physical right here.
Martin drive right side. And for a second I thought that was going to be a dunk, but he gets it off the backboard and in. That's 4 points for Reggie Martin today.
And what makes this Ouachita team so special is how athletic they are. Harding's trying to go over on those screens and play real up tight from beyond the arc, and Ouachita's making them pay for it down low.
Marshall the fader, and that one's good. Riley Marshall finds himself on the board for the first time today. He starts out 1 for 3.
It feels like Harding can't miss in this last about 2 minutes of play.
Here's Neal, left side. Devin Franklin fighting for position in the post.
And real physical on Franklin down low as well.
Franklin steps out from beyond the arc. Reggie Martin, good effort trying to get the offensive rebound, but it goes to the Bisons. McBride, nice pass inside to Smithson, and Harding takes back the lead. They lead 25-23. Next dead ball will send us to another break.
And just everything's connecting right now for Harding.
Neal Here's Grayson, top of the key. Grayson hasn't scored in a good while. He's got the ball, guarded by Riley Marshall. Drive, had it stolen. Back out to Reggie Martin for three, and that one's good.
And there's Harding trying to double Grayson down low. We talked about it. That's the only way they're going to be able to stop him, but that creates another man open from beyond the arc.
Tigers lead by 1. Clock just below 6:45 left in the half. Marshall with the three, and give him 3 more. Riley Marshall starting to heat up. He's got 5 points on his last 2 makes.
That's gross.
Neal to Franklin. Post moves, and he gets it to go. He wanted the foul. Dirty look over Riley Marshall. These teams don't like each other very much.
And they tried to double him down low, and it doesn't work.
Smithson with the three, no good. Excuse me, that was Josh Denton with the three, but he'll get 3 shots from the line, disrupting his landing space there. But before those shots, we're going to take a little bit of a break. Ouachita has this game tied 28-28, 6:03 left in the first half here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
At Berry and Turnage, we specialize in bringing the law to your corner. We are dedicated to understanding what results you want and to helping you understand what actions we can take on your behalf. With over 30 years of experience and a proven track record of success, Berry and Turnage is here to lead you down a path to the results you need. We will work with you every step of the way to make sure that you understand the choices you are making and feel empowered to make them. Berry and Turnage. Serious injuries require serious attorneys.
Captain Henderson House. We're a home to call your very own when you're away from yours, with a porch to end your night on, surrounded by friends, sharing stories and old times, and a yard with memories of summertime weddings and picnics after the game. We are so thankful for the life this house has seen for nearly 150 years. Come stay with us and join in on our stories. Captain Henderson House, Inn and Events.
And welcome back to Bill Vining Arena here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. This game all knotted up at 28 apiece after a great scoring run by the Harding Bisons. They're 6 of 7 in their last 7 shots and 3 from 4 in their last 3 shots from deep.
I mean, it's tough to guard out there. I mean, you see they try to guard him, and now they foul him. And it's a little – some shooters do this on purpose. They kind of extend their legs a little bit and land a little bit awkward, which makes them kind of land on the defender's feet. And a lot of the time refs are going to call that as a foul, and it's just tough. It's tough to defend.
Josh Denton will get his first tries from the line. First one is good on the season. Denton is a 75.6% free throw shooter, so reliable from the line. Second one is up and good for him. And it's just always difficult how you defend a team that's so good from 3 and keep without fouling, giving them 3 shots from the line.
And you can't let them get to the line. They're always, I mean, we talked about it, 81% from the free throw line, and they're going to make those.
And Denton does exactly that, makes all 3 of them. So Harding with their biggest lead of the game. The lob up to Grayson. He went way up there to get it. And Hoper Grayson, he's got 3 guys on him, but he shrugs that off and puts it in on the offensive rebound.
And there's Grayson's athleticism for you.
Harding, they lead by 1 now. Chance to take a 2-possession lead if they can get a 3 to go. McBride, handoff to Gilbert. He's guarded closely by Neal. Here's Gaines. 5 seconds on the shot clock. They've got to get a shot up. McBride shot over Williams, bounces away. And that one's no good.
I think Harding's got to get the ball in McBride's hand. He's a very good ball handler and arguably one of the only for Harding. They got a lot of spot-up shooters, but I think McBride produces a lot of those shots.
Keelan McBride already with 6 assists in this game. Just what a performance from him. He's yet to make a shot, but he's made his impact known in almost every other way. Martin with a shot from the left side. No good off the front of the rim. Good rebound that time by Wesley Booker. Here's McBride looking to pick up assist number 7. Pass to Gaines. Ornette Gaines with the 3, no good. Reggie Martin on the rebound.
And that was a very forced shot. They couldn't get nothing there.
And pass inside to Sean Williams. He's doubled, has Grayson open for 3. And that time no good. Hobart Grayson unable to take the cap off the basket from 3. He's had a productive game on the inside though.
Yeah, he's 0 for 2 from three-point land. 0 for 3 after that one.
Marshall drive on the inside. McBride out to Gilbert. Nice look for Gaines. No good. Hobart Grayson just enough. And pass down court by Sean Williams just goes a little too high over the hands of Hobart Grayson. Now substitution for Harding. And we'll wait to see those substitutions after this break. Harding leads 31-30 with 3:57 remaining in the period here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
First night here, but Amy seems cool.
Leading down to the river. I am blind, but I need not see.
What do you think?
I know this road is there for me. If I'm really free, take me down to the river and walk.
At Capital Technology Group, we make your technology our priority. There are so many threats to IT these days, and we're here to help protect your data and devices. We're also by your side when things simply go wrong, whether it's servers crashing or printers breaking. We cover it all for our clients in all types of businesses. And with over 80 years of history in Arkansas, you can trust Capital Technology Group to be your business technology partner. Sign up for a free consultation at captg.com.
And welcome back to the home of the Ouachita Tigers, Bill Vining Arena, where they trail by 1 to the Harding Bisons right now, 31-30. And Grant, in this game, what have you seen from Harding that's been able to give them the advantage so far?
I mean, great ball movement. They're doing everything a coach can ask for as far as that. Also, 100% from the free throw line helps a lot too. I know they're only 4 for 13 from three-point land, but it sure feels like a lot more.
McBride driving, and that one goes off the leg of P.J. Neal. Will stay in possession of the team out of Searcy, Arkansas. Passing it in will be McBride. Like we mentioned earlier, he's got 6 assists tonight, and that one's going to hit the rafters. McBride thought he'd chuck it up, and that's the first time I've seen that here at Bill Vining Arena.
I think I've hardly seen that at all. My goodness, try to throw it 40 feet up in the air.
Ouachita with the ball, chance to take the lead here. Grayson, he's got a mismatch. Takes it inside. What athleticism, and give him one more at the line.
Yeah, you got to put a better defender than that on him.
Hobart Grayson decided if he's not going to make any shots from deep, he's got to get three-point plays in some other way, and he decided he'll do it on the inside.
I think Harding's been so focused on stopping Ouachita from three-point land, and they're going to guard him a little bit up closer, and Ouachita's too athletic for that. They're going to beat you on that first step.
And Grayson tonight, he's only got 6 points, chance to make it 7 with the make, but they've all been 6 emphatic points. Shot is up and good. Gets that one to rattle in, so he's got 7 on the afternoon. Bisons trail by 2. Gilbert. Here's Riley Marshall. Fans don't like him, and he turns it over. P.J. Neal, and he's just going to finish the play. Hobart Grayson wanted the alley-oop, but head coach Weston Jamison wants the timeout. His team's relinquished 5 points in a row since the media break, and heading into the timeout, Ouachita leads by 4. We're going to stay here. Look at that nasty move by P.J. Neal. Just shrugs off the defender and puts up the easy left-handed layup. And Grant, what have you seen in this past just minute? Crazy to think it's only been around a minute, but what have you seen from Ouachita to give them the lead back?
Turnovers. I mean, using fast break chances as many times as they can and making Harding pay for those bad shots. And, I mean, like I said, turnovers. I think that Harding's got to get McBride the ball if they want to keep up with this Ouachita defense.
Keelan McBride, only 2 turnovers tonight, but 6 assists, so I'd still give him a pretty good assist-to-turnover ratio. Ouachita pressing to start out of the timeout. Bison's getting it across the court.
And I love that pressing from Ouachita. I think Ouachita is way more athletic than Harding and can use that to their advantage.
Gilbert, he's got the ball. Looking for Riley Marshall. He's guarded by Hobart Grayson. Pass inside to Smith, who gets it up at the end of the shot clock. Great rebound by Wesley Booker, and he's going to draw the foul.
And you got a box out there. I know they've been pretty reliant on rebounds with Grayson down low, and I think he was kind of wanting to be one of those outlet passes, and you just got to find that guy and box him out.
Grayson just kind of standing and staring there as Booker was able to get the rebound. Lucky there that he didn't make the shot, but he's got 2 at the line. And the first one, no good, so at least he's going to get his money's worth on that foul.
And there's the first miss from free throw for Harding.
Booker's second one is up and good. He goes 1 for 2 at the line. Bisons trail 35-32. Here's P.J. Neal. Grayson, he's guarded by McBride. Behind the back, the tough layup, no good. Grayson continuing to want that foul, but they won't call it on him. Booker on the inside. Great defense by Rollin Belton, but even better offense by Sam Smith to get the offensive rebound, and that one's going to go down as a goaltending.
And there it is, back-to-back possessions where Ouachita allows an offensive rebound and pay the price for it.
That was a good box out by P.J. Neal, but Sam Smith just towering over him, able to grab the rebound without committing the foul. Belton on the outside. Sean Williams guarded by Wesley Booker. Rollin Belton pull up from mid-range. No good off the left side. Rebound bobbled around, and it's going to go to the Bisons. Marshall taking it on the inside, and he just throws it up. I don't know if that'll count as a field goal or a turnover, but Grayson finds Williams in the corner. No good. Good rebound by the Bisons.
And Harding's been getting some foul calls from down low, so that's why you're kind of seeing them quiet down from the three-point shots.
Marshall, since his first 5 points, has missed 2 in a row. And the pass by McBride is going to sail out of bounds. That's 3 turnovers for him today. Substitutions for Ouachita coming in is Gavin Snyder and Devin Franklin. For P.J. Neal and Rollin Belton. Coming in for the Bisons, number 2, Wyatt Gilbert.
And something to note is Grayson only has 3 rebounds. I know he typically gets a little more than that, but I think that's for a reason. I think Ouachita and Coach Nutt knows that Grayson's far more athletic than any of those Harding guys, and they're going to send him on the outlet passes and create fast break chances.
Here's Grayson guarded by Riley Marshall. Left side. Puts his body into him, and the fader's no good. Good defense by Sam Smith there. Hobart Grayson has gone a little bit cold recently. He's 4 for 11 from the field, and that last miss makes him 4 for 12.
Luckily, there's a lot of game left, and I wouldn't doubt if he finds it pretty soon.
Booker out to Marshall. He's got Sean Williams on him. Shot clock ticking down. Sam Smith has to get a shot up. Fader over Grayson. No good. Fight for the rebound, and the shot clock's off.
Great defense from Ouachita right there.
Tigers going to hold it for the last possession. And Sean Williams wants a timeout. 13 seconds left in the half. We're going to stay here. And in this huddle, you see Coach Dennis Nutt talking to his team. Coach Nutt now has been with the Ouachita program for a long time. This year might possibly be one of his best teams we've ever seen, Grant. Just talk about what you've seen from them this year.
I think they got a little bit of everything. I mean, obviously, Sean Williams and Hobart Grayson work well together, and they're going to be your big, impactful players. But you got guys like Gavin Snyder coming off the bench and producing and playing great defense. I think everybody's kind of playing their own individual role and doing it really well.
On that play, almost an example of, with the timeouts, if you don't use it, you lose it. And so Sean Williams calling the timeout, and now they have a game plan for this final shot. Tigers looking to go up by more than one on this final possession. Tigers passing it around. Sean Williams, long three, and he laces it. What an end to the half for him. And the Bisons can't get the shot off. And the shot sent right back towards Wyatt Gilbert to finish off the half. Tigers head to the locker room up 38-34. We'll be right back with you with some halftime stats and some analytics following this break here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
What are you doing in there?
I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, for sure. We can come back for halftime stats.
See it coming. It's prediabetes, and it captures 1 in 3 adults. But you can escape. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test to know where you stand and prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. Be your own hero on smartphones everywhere at doihaveprediabetes.org.
For years, we've said we'll be on your side, by your side.
We all stand by that promise.
And I'm proud to be a part of a team of attorneys who are prepared
To be on your side and by your side.
So if you've been injured,
We'll be on your side, by your side.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Hey world, I have a quick message. It's about safe driving. All right, let's go. Anytime you're driving, have the seatbelt buckled tight. Both hands on the wheel and your phone out of sight. When not in your hand trying to text somebody back. Because if you do, your car might get smacked. The moral of the story, just put your phone down. The people on the road will stay safe and sound. Put your phone down, put your phone down. People on the road will stay safe and sound. Yeah.
And welcome back to the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law. I'm Isaac Bourne. Right next to me is Grant Johnson. And Grant, in that first half, we saw no shortage of scoring and high-paced play from either squad, and Ouachita being able to come out with the lead so far. So what did you see from either team, and how does Ouachita pull away in this game?
I think they can continue to get turnovers. That'll be huge. I mean, we talked about it a little bit off air. I mean, Harding is scoreless in the last 2 minutes of play, and I think that's a big part of putting some pressure. And we saw a little bit of full court and half court traps from Ouachita, which I really do like. I think Ouachita is far more athletic than any team in the conference, to be honest. And I think they need to use that to their ability. And yeah, I mean, turnovers have been huge for Ouachita.
And another player that really has made an impact today, see Sean Williams right there, him and Hobart Grayson. Those are the two names you're really going to hear alongside the Ouachita Tiger name, and that is for good reason. Both of these guys, top 5 in the conference, both of them in scoring. Hobart Grayson actually leading the conference with 24.5 points per game. today just under that pace right now at 9 points, but I mean, he's made his impact felt in just about every other aspect. You look at those halftime stats, Ouachita shooting 14 for 32 from the field. Meanwhile, Harding 12 for 23. And Ouachita making one more three, surprisingly shooting better from three-point range than one of the best three-point shooting teams in the conference. Grant, with Harding not shooting well from three, how does Ouachita keep them that way? That's making it different than the women's game where the play increased for the Bisons.
I think if Ouachita can keep going over those ball screens, can keep putting pressure on them, like I said, and, I mean, forcing bad shots, if you can get the ball out of McBride's hand, I think that'll be huge too. I think McBride is kind of one of the only guys that can effectively dribble and create spaces for other people. We had 6 assists in the first half, and, I mean, if you can get it out of his hands, that, you know, that creator for the other shot opportunities, I think if you can keep it out of his hand, that'll be huge. And we saw that happen a little bit later on in that half. So, I mean, if they can just keep putting pressure on McBride and keep closing out, and I think rebounds will be huge too. We saw it later in the half that Ouachita was getting a little bit sloppy, a little bit tired on allowing those offensive rebounds and second chance opportunities. So if they can box out, throw some outlets down the half and create some fast break chances, and that'll really help out for them.
They've got 6 turnovers due to the Bisons, and that really is, like you said, credit to other players when they give the ball out of McBride's hands. Keelan McBride, while he does have 3 turnovers, he's got twice as many assists with 6 today. So when the ball is in his hands, usually he's able to do something good with it. And those 6 turnovers, credit to other players on the team that have tried to create and just have been unable to so far. So, like you said, getting the ball in McBride's hands and scoring is the goal for the Bisons. But for the Tigers, how do they maintain this lead and maybe even grow it as they finish off this game in the second half?
Yeah, we talked about rebounds. I kind of want to talk about Hobart Grayson and Sean Williams. We talked a little bit before about Sean Williams. You know, he's the second leading scorer for the team, and Hobart Grayson's the big, you know, double-double guy. And we talked about how Harding probably will know, just like how we know, we got a scouting report that Grayson's the main facilitator, main scorer, and they're going to kind of put double teams on him, and they're going to put some pressure on him. And so that allows opportunities for Sean Williams. He's at 11 points, 3 for 4 from beyond the arc. And, I mean, yeah, if they can continue to do that, that's all you can really ask for from Williams and Hobart, that little 1-2 punch, you can call it.
And Williams today, he's got 11 points, 3 for 7 from the field. All 3 of those have been from deep, and he's got 2 free throws to go along with that. He's also leading the game in rebounds. Hobart Grayson starting a little slow on the boards, only with 2. But, excuse me, he's got 3, but still, I mean, he's made the highlight plays. You saw that dunk earlier on the replay. I mean, he's made the plays that have caused Ouachita to contain these runs and keep the runs going. I mean, they literally forced Weston Jamison, the coach of Harding, to call a timeout earlier just to calm his team down because of the fact that, I mean, they literally just allowed one of the biggest highlight plays in the conference for the year on them. So it just all goes down to maintaining momentum and keeping it on your side. And when Harding's knocking down threes, you have to be able to make a response every time, because both of these teams incredibly good at scoring, 1st and 4th in the conference respectively.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt if that play ended up on Top 10 ESPN. That was ridiculous. I mean, fast break opportunities. We talked about Ouachita being far more athletic than Harding, I feel like. And my goodness, we'll probably see that everywhere.
And with that, just a couple more minutes before we're gonna head out. What else have you seen in this game? Obviously, you've got Ouachita leading points in the paint. They've got 18 to Harding's 14. So, you know, Harding, while they are a predominantly outside-in team, they've had to move inside a lot, and they've been successful there, and they've contended with the post presence of Hobart Grayson and Devin Franklin very well so far.
Yeah, I think, I mean, like you said, not letting them take three-point shots. I know they're shooting a little bit worse in today's game, only 30% from beyond the arc. And usually they make those shots. Usually that goes in. But I think that's not just a coincidence. I think Ouachita is doing a very good job of really closing out on those defenders and going over those screens, putting pressure on them, I think all of those play a big factor into why Ouachita's up right here in the half. If they can continue to do that, I mean, I think they can pull out this game for sure.
And another win for the Tigers would be huge. And their last few games, it's been much of the same story right now. They won at Henderson State just the other night, 75-74, and they have not lost at home since before Christmas break against Southern Arkansas here in overtime. And right now, just what a run this team is on, and what a season that head coach Dennis Nutt's team is having. And that really all goes to credit to the duo of Grayson and Williams.
Yeah, definitely 7-1 here at Bill Vining Arena, and I think 8-1 in Arkadelphia if you count that win versus Henderson the other night. And, I mean, yeah, it's just really clicking for this team. I know early on they still were looking good. I mean, they have a pretty good record to show for it, but I think it really is clicking. I think that Grayson and Sean, that little 1-2 punch I talked about, they're really coming together. You can't stop them both. You can put your best defender on one of them. You can't put them on both. We saw that in the Henderson game. Number 20 for Henderson, I believe, was the best defender, I feel like, personally. And they tried to throw him on Sean, tried to throw him on Hobart, Grayson. And, I mean, it's tough. It's tough. It's a tough team to play against, tough team to guard. They can do a little bit of everything, it feels like. They can drive inside. They're athletic. They can work you fast break. And in that Henderson game, we saw a little bit more of half-court sets from Ouachita. So, I mean, it just shows how diverse they are. They can do it fast break. They can do half-court sets, and it's a hard team to play against for sure.
And that team coming back out on the court now to warm up. Just a little over 4 minutes remaining in this half, or before we start the second half. We'll be right back with you here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law.
It's an ordinary day. Stephanie's driving home from school, like she does every day. Since she's almost home, she takes a quick glance at her phone, like she does every day. She arrives safely, like she does every day. It's another ordinary day. But then, something out of the ordinary happens. Distracted driving kills.
Baseball for me just kind of was the glue that kept my family together. I feel like I was able to come here and get my triple major, as well as play a super high level of baseball against some of the best players in the country. There's a lot of options here in Division II with a lot of great ball players and a lot of great people, and they make sure that they give you every opportunity to succeed on and off the field.
Food isn't just fuel to live, it's fuel to grow. My family relied on public assistance to help provide meals for us. These meals fueled my involvement in theater and the arts as a child, which fostered my love for acting. The Feeding America network of food banks helps millions of people put food on the table. When people are fed, futures are nourished. Join the movement to end hunger, and together we can open endless possibilities for people to thrive. Visit feedingamerica.org/actnow.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
In the number 2 position on our top 30 countdown this week, here's In Your Hands. Hey, are you trying to kill us both?
What?
Are you aware that on average there are almost 10 texting and driving deaths each day?
No, that's awful.
Yeah, it is awful, so don't do it. The text can wait.
Thanks.
Anytime. And now...
Remember, the text can wait.
And welcome back to the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. I'm once again Isaac Bourne, joined by my color analyst Grant Johnson. And Grant, just about a minute and a half before the start of the second half of action. And in that first half, we talked about at halftime how Harding started off slow from deep, but was able to get those shots going. And Ouachita, 5 for 11 from deep. So You know, three-point battle going towards Ouachita right now. Harding, a team that plays mainly outside in. How does Ouachita maintain that?
I think really just, we talked about it, just keeping pressure on them, staying closed out on those shots, minimizing their shot opportunities. I really think this game is going to be one that goes down to the wire. I think Harding might start figuring it out, might start finding that three-point stroke, and I think it's going to be one that goes down to the wire for sure. Ouachita is going to have to do a good job of not letting them shoot those three-point shots, and I think that's really the big thing for Ouachita here is just keeping that defense up. Defense wins championships, they say.
And it's really those oddities that you have to look at and make sure that they can keep them and make sure that they can keep it up or not. For example, an oddity for Harding, we talked about at halftime, their points in the paint production. They weren't able to score well from the outside, so they went on the inside. And so if they can maintain that, that would be incredibly good for them. But also, you know, a lot of times you can't expect that all the time. So if Harding can pick up from deep, but maybe slow down in the paint, Ouachita is going to also need to pick it up in the paint and slow down and maybe pick it up from deep as well.
Yeah, exactly. Harding's having to compensate with Ouachita's great defense from beyond the arc and having to score inside. Ouachita's kind of having to change things up with, you know, Grayson getting a lot of attention, so Williams is picking it up. So, I mean, it goes both ways for sure.
And McBride will start the half with the ball. He's got 6 assists today already in that first half. Great performance in the passing lanes for him. Wesley Booker driving on Martin. Can't find anything to Sam Smith in the post. He's guarded by Franklin. Great effort by Wesley Booker on the boards, and he puts it up and in on the left side. That's another offensive rebound for Booker in a day where he's picked up plenty of those.
And there it is, those offensive rebounds. That's going to kill Ouachita if they keep letting that happen.
That's Harding's 5th offensive rebound of the contest. Neal driving middle. Pass out to Sean Williams. He's wide open from deep. No good. Nice rebound by Devin Franklin, though. Ouachita's going to get another possession. P.J. Neal, the shifty move, and gets the scoop layup on the right side to go.
Offensive rebounds and second chance opportunities for both ends right there.
Ouachita keeps their lead at 4 after that make. Here's McBride driving on Neal. Looking for a teammate. He's got Smith at the top. And on the roll, Sam Smith throws it down.
Great slam there. I mean, that's just poor communication on that screen. You got to either let them know to switch or you go over the top or stay there. I mean, you got to let them know there, and that just created an easy bucket there.
It looked like they were trying to trap that pick and roll, but just not good enough on the trap, and Sam Smith wide open on the roll. Hand off to Martin on the left side. Pass to Devin Franklin, shot over Sam Smith, no good off the right rim. Harding running quickly the other way. McBride passes it over to Marshall. Backing down Williams. And the floater for Keelan McBride is good. Those are his first points of the game, matter of fact. He starts off 1 for 4.
It looks like Harding's working a little bit more of that. I hate to call it ISO basketball, but, I mean, that's what they're doing. They're putting everybody kind of in the corners, giving their point guard space, and letting them create opportunities.
Neal, drive towards the middle. Pass over to Grayson. He's guarded by McBride. He's just going to put it up from over there. And while many might think that was a bit of an errant shot, Hobart Grayson usually makes those with a shorter defender on him. That time, no good.
Yeah, not a bad shot at all.
Harding with a chance to take the lead here with a make. McBride penetrating on Neal. The shot from way outside is Riley Marshall, and that's no good.
And that about went in, too.
Neal on the right side as well. Driving. He's going to put it up. Finds himself wide open, but can't get it to go, and Wesley Booker, nice rebound.
That was a good look inside, just couldn't get it to fall.
Game knotted up at 40. Booker looking at Smith. He's guarded by Grayson. The back down. And the floater is good.
And if you're Devin Franklin there, you got to go over there and help. I know it's tough with Franklin's man being inside and right on that block. But if you're Franklin, you got to go over there and help. Hobart a little bit shorter than that guy, and I mean, yeah, got to go send some help over that way.
Whistle blown. Referee's deliberating here.
And Smith at 10 points.
Substitutions for both teams. Coming in for P.J. Neal is Gavin Snyder. And then for the Bisons, coming in number 2, Wyatt Gilbert, and number 11, Josh Denton.
Excuse me, Smith's at 12 points now, and I wouldn't doubt if we see a little bit more action from him down low.
Grayson looking for his teammate. Nice high-low. He's got Sean Williams. The fader over McBride is no good. Harding with the chance now to gain an even bigger lead. They lead by 2.
Feels like nothing's falling for Ouachita right now.
Gilbert driving middle. Here's Sam Smith. He's got Devin Franklin on him. Backing down Franklin, and he gets that one to fall. What a tough bucket, and what a tough make for Sam Smith.
And just what I was talking about, I told you that I think they're going to get him involved a lot more, use that height to their advantage.
Snyder, pass to Sean Williams. Nice cut on the inside, and Devin Franklin gets it to go, the hoop and the harm.
What a find there from Williams to Franklin. Looked like he wanted to take the little floater, but saw a better opportunity down low with Franklin.
And that's good team basketball, passing up a good opportunity for a better one. That's going to send us to our first timeout of the half. 15:32 left. Ouachita trails 44-42 here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
At the time, I just wasn't thinking. I used social media to vent. I wish I would have thought about the effects of scaring people. I didn't mean for that to happen. People took it as a terrorist threat. The university got shut down. I got arrested by the FBI. And now, I don't know what my future looks like. I search my name on the web almost every day and look at the stuff. It's not going away. Think before you post.
Food isn't just fuel to live, it's fuel to grow. My family relied on public assistance to help provide meals for us. These meals fueled my involvement in theater and the arts as a child, which fostered my love for acting. The Feeding America network of food banks helps millions of people put food on the table. When people are fed, futures are nourished. Join the movement to end hunger, and together we can open endless possibilities for people to thrive. Visit feedingamerica.org/actnow.
And welcome back to Bill Vining Arena. Here, the stage for the Ouachita Tigers as they trail 44-42 to the Harding Bisons. Devin Franklin with 2 makes, the chance to tie it up here at the free throw line. He's 2 for 4 on the day from the stripe. First one is up and good.
And Ouachita kind of going cold. I hate to say it, kind of going cold in this half. 2 for 7. But I think they'll find it pretty soon.
McBride got the ball on the right side. He's guarded by Sean Williams. Keelan McBride, step back 3. No good off the front of the rim, and great tough rebound by Hobart Grayson. And it goes back the other way. Tigers a chance to take the lead.
I know Harding didn't make that 3-point shot there, but you can't keep going underneath the screens with Harding.
Great hedge by Sam Smith there on the screen. And Reggie Martin able to draw the foul. He'll get 2 shots at the stripe. On the season, Reggie Martin has been efficient, to say the least, from the line. 66.7%, made 2/3 of his shots from that range.
And Ouachita 100% from free throw. I think I jinxed us there, but 100% from free throw up until that point. Looks like Ouachita is going to try to get inside and get some fouls down low coming out of this half.
Good old broadcaster's jinx, as Martin not able to make that one. Still can tie it up with the free throw make here. Second one is up and good for the senior out of Vivian, Louisiana. Here's Denton with the ball. Pass over to Gilbert. Scores tied up at 44. McBride driving on Gavin Snyder. Shot clock ticking down, 5 seconds left. Sam Smith, he's backing down Franklin. Fader, no good. And now Hobart Grayson running quickly. It's 1-on-2. He's got Devin Franklin open for the fast break dunk. Devin Franklin, put some power on it, big man.
And put an exclamation point on that one.
And that exclamation point is going to send us to our first media timeout. Excuse me, head coach Weston Jamieson wants a bit of a break, so we'll take it as well. That'll stretch out for the media timeout. We'll be right back. Tigers lead 46-44 here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
I'm attorney Taylor King. For years, you've heard us say we'll be on your side, by your side.
I'm attorney Austin King. At Taylor King Law, we stand by that promise.
And I'm attorney Maggie King Davis. I'm proud to be a part of a team of dedicated professionals who are prepared
to be on your side and by your side when you need us most.
If you've been injured, contact the Taylor King Law Firm.
And we, and more, will be on your side, by your side.
Owned by OBU alumni, Java Primo is the official coffee house of Ouachita Tiger football. At Java Primo, amazing coffee is just the beginning. Try our great options at breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and don't forget about our amazing desserts. Also, shop Java Primo's gift selection 24/7 online at javaprimo.com.
Go Tigers! Go Tigers!
And welcome back to Bill Vining Arena. Ouachita just taking the lead back after that emphatic Devin Franklin fast break dunk. They lead 46-44. It'll be Harding basketball after the timeout. And after that dunk, you continue to see that's the second time this game where head coach Weston Jamieson decides he wants to immediately shut down the momentum of the Tigers and call himself a timeout after just a highlight reel play.
And that's really all you can do. We see Harding come out with a little bit of a different offense here.
And Marshall baited the foul, and he got it. Questionable on the call, but he'll go to the line for two. The junior from BB, Arkansas, on the day, shooting 2 for 6 from the field, and he'll take his first 2 shots from the line.
And I think something to note is they took Smith out, number 24 for Harding. That's kind of their big man down low that they really like to use, get him as many shots and opportunities as they can. And they replaced that with number 11 Denton and also Smithson, number 15. And those are kind of more your three-point shooters. So I think Ouachita kind of needs to note that they're not going to try to drive in as much. They're not going to try to get those, block-to-block kind of plays set up.
Marshall makes 2 at the lines, tied back up at 46. Sean Williams on the right side, looking for the screen. Nice inside pass to Hobart Grayson and put the power down again. That's 2 scores in a row and 2 dunks in a row for the Ouachita Tigers.
We got dunks left and right here in Bill Vining Arena.
And head coach Weston Jamieson calling the timeout to take away some momentum from the Tigers, and Hobart Grayson says, that's okay, I'll take some momentum back on the dunk. And that's a turnover for Harding. Running the break, the lob up to Grayson, and Hobart Grayson! That's 2 dunks in a row for the junior!
Oh my goodness, throw it up and take it home.
Hobart Grayson, the human highlight reel today. And that's another steal. Sean Williams on the break. Can he do it again? And what a layup for Sean Williams. And head coach Weston Jamieson can't do anything but call another timeout. What a sequence for Ouachita.
I thought he was going to throw it up there again for him, but that's Hobart Grayson. I mean, I don't know if you can end up on ESPN Top 10 2 times, but he might just do it.
Let me take a second to let my heart slow down just a little bit. Man, what a sequence. I said that just a second ago, but I mean, what else can you say? Just speechless right now. Ouachita leads 52-46, but it feels like a mile margin for them just because the momentum just swinging completely on the side of the boys in white right now.
And it's those turnovers and fast break opportunities that is doing it for Ouachita. I mean, if they can keep doing that, we're going to keep seeing a lot of highlight reels for sure. I don't think anybody in Harding can keep up with the pace of play that Ouachita plays at.
As you see in the top right corner of your screen, Ouachita on a 10-2 run right now. And that's just credit to the efforts of Hobart Grayson there, right there. And then you see the steal on this play, leading to another highlight reel play. Reggie Martin, nice lob to the junior. And then the man out of Gonzales, Louisiana knows exactly what to do with it.
And I talked about it earlier that Ouachita was 3 for 7, and now I look down and they're 6 for 10 and some big plays.
In moments like this, I want to give a shout out to Chris Gay. No man could ever get more excited on the microphone than him, but I feel like right there we almost reached those levels.
I mean, I was definitely out of my chair for sure.
That's another foul called. Looks to be on Ouachita. He'll stay with Harding. It's a foul on MJ Leslie. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Every other player on Ouachita, though, still with only 1 or none. Marshall driving, and he's going to draw another foul. They'll send him to the line for 2 more.
Yeah, I expect Harding pretty soon to start chucking up some more three-point shots. They really haven't, though, which is kind of surprising. I know they got Smith, number 24, back in the game, so they love to have that for offensive rebounds and just rebounds in general and working them down low, but I got to assume Harding's going to start chunking some up pretty soon.
Out of their last 3 shots from behind the arc, Harding's only made 1 of them, 1 of their last 6, and just not a time to do it right now. The Ouachita momentum still, even after a timeout, reeling. And here they're hoping to add 1 more to the highlight reel of one of those 3 highlight players in Grayson, Williams, or Franklin. And they're going to call a blocking foul on the Tigers.
They get Grayson on that? Or was it Williams? I think it might have been Grayson. A lot of the time refs don't really call that. That's kind of why you have a lot of movement. If you look down a second ago, a lot of movement, just a lot of off-ball movement is really what it was. And trying to create a chance and just got caught up.
And what a tough bucket by Keelan McBride. Defense all over him, just able to get the shot on the left side to go. And that's exactly the type of shots that Harding's going to need to make if they want to come back in this game.
McBride only at 4 points so far, but we talked about it earlier, just a big facilitator for Harding.
Franklin, nice find to Snyder in the corner, and Gavin Snyder, that's all laces for him. I didn't even touch the rim.
His first points of the game, but we talk about it. Gavin Snyder's one of those bench players that you love to have if you're Coach Nutt. I mean, just comes with a lot of energy, great defense, and great shot there from Snyder.
Snyder first in the GAC in three-point field goal percentage. Smithson also among those ranks as well. Knocks down the 3. Hobart Grayson taking it inside. He wanted to add another one to what has already been an insane day on his highlight reel. Not able to do it, but he's got 2 shots from the line. You know, Grant, I like to think of a man that went to college in my hometown, Ja Morant. He's able to do plays like that, just unable to complete them. But for now, he'll have 2 shots after the break. Ouachita leads 55-53, 11-19 left in the game here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law.
I'm Rex Horn, the Interim Executive Director of the Arkansas Baptist State Convention, and today I'm joined by my friend Dylan, who's an attorney with the Arkansas Baptist Foundation, with an important word for you.
The foundation is here to help you support your Ouachita Tigers. If you'd like to create an estate plan that supports Ouachita and its mission, or learn about other giving opportunities, please contact us using the information below.
And welcome back to the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. Looking at that last play, you see MJ Leslie with the 3. And then Hobart Grayson on his last play, able to draw the foul, almost getting yet another play to add to his plethora of highlight plays today. Instead, he'll be sent to the line for 2 shots, where today he's been 1 of 1.
Yeah, you threw some John Morant comparisons. I almost see a little Ant Edwards as well. I mean, this guy's ridiculous. I wouldn't doubt if we see him in the league one day, to be quite frank.
He's got the abilities to play a 3-guard position, and if he can transition a little bit more from that bigger forward to a small forward, wouldn't be surprised to see him playing professionally in some regard. He makes the first one, puts the Tigers up by 3. Another make here would give them a 2-possession lead with 11:19 remaining.
Now Ouachita 70% from free throw.
And that time knocks it in. Hobart Grayson, he's got 15 points today and 5 rebounds.
I think if you're Harding, you got to try to get to the line some more, get those refs to blow their whistle. 90% from free throw.
Here's Riley Marshall. He's been the one in this half to really get to the line. He's had 2 trips and converted on 4 attempts. Keelan McBride decides he wants to make a shot from deep, and maybe that'll get the Bison's offense started from behind the arc.
McBride at 7 now.
All 7 of those scored in the second half. Here's Hobart Grayson now. Snyder handoff to Leslie. Grayson driving on Marshall. Tries to get it up and somehow is able to touch the rim. Gavin Snyder with the steal. And just great defense, not giving up behind the half-court line. And Gavin Snyder picks up 2 more.
And that's just staying with it after a defensive rebound for Harding, and Snyder just staying down there.
And McBride, another one, can't get that one to go. Sean Williams quickly, he's got Franklin on the break. Nice pass. He's going to give it to Snyder on the arc, and what a shot for Gavin Snyder. And add another one to the highlight plays for this Ouachita team.
And that's 2 for 2 from Snyder from beyond the arc.
Sean Williams with a little shiftiness on the pass. Devin Franklin able to save it out of bounds and then find Snyder wide open. Sam Smith looking at the ref for the call, but he's still going to get the 2 points on the hook shot.
What an entertaining game it has been so far, basket after basket.
And that's the type of game that puts butts in seats here at Bill Vining Arena.
Yeah, I could hardly park whenever I pulled in earlier.
Williams looking to get around McBride. The crossover finds Franklin open for 3 in the corner. No good. Gavin Snyder with the effort though. He says, give me one more, and he knocks it down.
3 for 3. Let him keep shooting it, Gavin Snyder.
And that's another timeout for head coach Weston Jamison. He's only got 2 more of those left. Excuse me, that's his last one. Still with 9:11 left in the half. And that's going to send us to another break. Ouachita leads 65-58 after an even greater sequence on offense. We'll be right back here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
I'm attorney Taylor King. For years, you've heard us say we'll be on your side, by your side.
I'm attorney Austin King. At Taylor King Law, we stand by that promise.
And I'm attorney Maggie King Davis. I'm proud to be a part of a team of dedicated professionals who are prepared
to be on your side and by your side when you need us most.
If you've been injured, contact the Taylor King Law Firm.
And we, and more, will be on your side, by your side.
And welcome back to the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. You see first there, that 3 from Gavin Snyder. And then on that last play, another 3 from Gavin Snyder, gets his own offensive rebound, and then puts it up from the corner. He's 3 for 3 from deep. The man who leads the conference in 3-point percentage decides to make 3 more today, but an even harder bucket by Keelan McBride. He's really the only offense that Harding has right now in this tough sequence for them.
And he was cold in that first half. We talked about it earlier, having 0 points, now at 9 just in this half.
Williams pass to Grayson. He's gone quiet, but, you know, they haven't really needed him recently. Gavin Snyder, 2 threes in a row recently. Grayson, he's guarded by McBride, going on the inside, trying to get the tough bucket over Smith. And that one's going to go out on Grayson. Harding, great defensive possession there. And now they're going to get a chance to cut into this Tiger lead. Here's Wyatt Gilbert, the senior from Mountain Home, Arkansas. Pass into Smith. He's going to take the shot over Franklin. He knocks it down. Sam Smith has really been a big bright spot for this team. He's been able to create from just about anywhere on the court, and that's taking the shot over the just as tall Devin Franklin.
And that's impossible to guard, it feels like. I mean, if you guard him too close, he'll back you down. If you don't guard up, he'll shoot a fadeaway.
Nice drive by Gavin Snyder. No good, though, on the layup. And that's just one he wants to have back. You can't be missing those layups if you want to retain a lead. And that'll send us to the media timeout. Ouachita leads 65-62. We'll be right back for more Tiger basketball action on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law.
Mom was always very self-sufficient, but we started noticing things were off.
I was forgetting my responsibilities at work.
I told Mom we should visit a doctor.
Alzheimer's. It was hard to hear that.
Early detection gave us time to seek information and support as a family. I've never felt more connected with Mom.
If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
And welcome back to Bill Vining Arena, where the Ouachita Tigers have made this court their stage today. They lead 65-62 in this shootout of a contest in the Great American Conference. And that's all been a part of just the entire team of those boys in white. Hobart Grayson leading the squad with 15, but Sean Williams has 13, Devin Franklin with 11, and Gavin Snyder also with 11 on 3 for 3 from deep. Grant, this team has just been playing incredibly well, and still Harding able to keep up, only trailing by 3.
You got 4 players in double digits. Feels like everybody's adding a piece to that puzzle. I mean, this is a tough team to guard. We've talked about that. Ouachita only up by 3. It feels like a lot more, and I'm really impressed with Gavin Snyder coming off the bench. He has 11 points and really been a big spark for Ouachita.
Snyder, the sophomore out of Little Rock. Grayson finding the corner to Leslie, and that one's no good. Good rebound that time by Denton. And I feel like rebounds are just as hard as points in this game just because of the battle on the boards that it's been today. And drive by Gilbert. Can't get the shot to go. He'll get 2 attempts from the line, though.
Yeah, you talked about rebounds. We got Harding at 24 in the game and Ouachita at 20. And, I mean, yeah, it's tough. We talked about Ouachita kind of having every piece of the puzzle. I'd say the only thing that they really lack is a little bit of height. They got Franklin, kind of their center, not the biggest center in the GAC at all. And he's been doing great so far. He's playing his role and doing it well, but it's definitely hard whenever that's kind of your only guy that can snag down a rebound, along with Grayson.
Grayson today, he's got 5 rebounds, which, crazy to say, is a little bit low for him. Second one is good, so the Ouachita lead cut down to just 1. In this second half, if you would believe it, Ouachita actually has scored less points than the Bison. Grayson able to draw the foul, and he'll get 2 shots from the line as well. He's 3 for 3 from there today. So with 2 straight possessions with shots from the free throw line, this time Hobart Grayson looking to pick up points number 16 and 17 if he can get 2 makes here on the season. Coming into this game, Hobart Grayson shot 73% from the line. First one is up and good for him. That one goes all net.
And these are big free throws here. I think free throws might win this game. In the last game for Henderson, I would definitely say it kind of did. Grayson hit some big free throws late in that game that, I mean, allowed Ouachita to come on top with a big win.
26 free throws shot between both teams today, and they have accounted for 23 of both teams' points here. Gilbert, that one's stripped by Grayson, but they're going to call the reach-in foul and prevent yet another play for Hobart Grayson's reel.
Yeah, I know we would have got a big dunk out of him right there.
Seems like the referees want to maintain a little bit of crowd control as well, because the crowd here might have gotten loud again if Grayson was able to put that one down.
Yeah, I think the roof might have came off this place if he would have slammed that one.
McBride looking for the cut, can't get to it. Here's Marshall. Shot clock ticking down, 5 seconds left. And the nice drive by Marshall, but he can't complete the easy layup. Hobart Grayson on the fast break. Cutting on the inside, and he loses it. They're going to say that was out on the Bisons, so Ouachita will retain possession.
$100 move, $0 finish there.
Substitutions for both teams. PJ Neal coming in for MJ Leslie, and then coming in for Riley Marshall, number 3, Wesley Booker, senior out of Mount Vernon, Arkansas. Snyder passing it in. And they're going to call a foul on the floor. That one's going to be credited towards Wyatt Gilbert. That will be Gilbert's second foul of the contest. Not enough yet to send the Tigers to the line.
And we talk so much about Sean Williams, his on-ball control, but his off-ball ability to get open is just huge. He's tough to guard all the way around.
Martin pull up from the free throw line. No good. Rebound goes to Keelan McBride. He's been a big bright spot for this team in the second half. All 9 of his points have come in this period. And the block by Gavin Snyder. He sends it right back towards McBride's way. It's going to stay with the Bisons. But Gavin Snyder, just under 6 feet tall, but playing like he's 6'8".
Yeah, they got him listed at 5'11". I give him maybe 5'10", 5'9". They might have upped that a little bit, but a big block there from Snyder.
Booker has Gilbert on the outside, and he laces that one, and it's tied up at 67 now. Grant, we've got ourselves a game, despite the fact that Ouachita has been able to keep a lot of momentum. Good job by head coach Weston Jamison by tempering his team and keeping his team away from letting those big dunks be the difference maker today.
Yeah, you can't let Harding get hot from beyond the arc.
And that's going to be a foul. Reggie Martin will draw it. And it'll make it 1-1. Ouachita in the bonus. Correction. They'll take it out of bounds. Referee's deliberating here. If it is going to be on the floor and not in the bonus, Snyder will be taking it out of bounds under the basket.
He's checking to make sure for the fouls, kind of what it looked like.
And the officials want to take a look at it. And right now the score tied at 67, so every advantage crucial if you want to pick up a big conference win. If the Bisons are able to come out on top, this would be a very big road win for them over a top 3 team in the conference. And if Ouachita can win this one, this would be yet another home win for them. Last time they lost here at Bill Vining Arena, like we talked about, was on December 12th, which was over a month ago at this point.
And I want to talk about Harding last year beat Ouachita twice, and here it is, Ouachita giving Harding a run for their money late in the second.
Snyder gets it to Grayson. And like you said, while the Battle of the Ravine is usually always the focused on matchup when it comes to rivalries in the GAC, Harding is a close second to Ouachita just because of both schools' religious affiliations and then also just being in the state of Arkansas, as Sean Williams gets the hook shot to go. Ouachita takes back the lead. They lead 69-67. Just over 5:30 left in the game. Gilbert, he had the last score for the Bisons. That was a shot from 3. Booker looking for a teammate. He's got Denton, who's going to pull up from deep, and that one's no good. Barely hitting the rim. Ouachita a chance to expand their lead here.
Great defense from Ouachita right there.
Williams. Tigers passing it around. Sean Williams looking for the screen from Grayson. He's got Smithson on him. Going to take advantage of the mismatch with the three. No good. And they're going to whistle Denton for the foul. And that, folks, might be enough to put Ouachita in the bonus.
And I know Williams didn't make that one right there, but it almost feels it's so tough to guard him. I mean, down low, he's going to get you off ball. He's going to make you move around and tire out. And then he can also hit those dribble step backs a lot of the time.
Headed to the line once again for the Tigers. That'll be Hobart Grayson. He's made all of his free throws tonight, and he'll get at least one more on the 1-and-1 here.
And I told you I think it's going to come down to free throws, and here we are late in the second with 4:51 to go.
And Hobart Grayson, yet another crucial free throw for him. He's laced every single one of his shots from the charity stripe today, and they've needed every single one of them. Hobart Grayson looking at the rim. Shot is up and good for him. And Hobart Grayson so far today, a perfect 7 for 7 from the free throw line.
And Ouachita's at 80%, 81% from free throw, a little bit above their usual. And I think that has really helped them this far.
Booker driving on Williams. Gets it to Marshall, and Riley Marshall just going to lose it there. Just adding to what has been a less than stellar performance for him today.
And just chaotic from Harding there. Feels like they can't get anything open with this great Ouachita defense.
Snyder thought about the three. Neal into Grayson. Cross-court passes picked off by Smithson. Back the other way are the Bisons. Smith, handoff to McBride. Keelan McBride had 6 assists in that first half. He's yet to pick up another one, and that time almost had another one. Going to whistle Bisons for the foul there. Stetson Smithson visibly upset. And that's going to send Ouachita to the line again. And that's where they've made their money's worth today. And since it is under 4 minutes, that's going to send us to another break before those free throws. Ouachita leads 71-67, 3:56 remaining in the game here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
At Berry & Turnage, we specialize in bringing the law to your corner. We are dedicated to understanding what results you want and to helping you understand what actions we can take on your behalf. With over 30 years of experience and a proven track record of success, Berry & Turnage is here to lead you down a path to the results you need. We will work with you every step of the way to make sure that you understand the choices you are making and feel empowered to make them. Berry & Turnage. Serious injuries require serious attorneys.
And welcome back to the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. We're in the midst of a close one here in the Great American Conference play, and during that timeout, head coach Weston Jamison going over to give a piece of his mind to the trio of referees on the court. Harding not happy with the calls that they're getting today. Ouachita now will head to the line for a 1-and-1 after this break. And Grant, this game, while there's been a lot of excitement, there's also been a lot of quiet periods where we've just seen a lot of free throws. Today, like we mentioned earlier, 29 shots from the line have been taken by both teams, and both teams have made 25 of them, so really just a lot of production from the free throw line.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, driving inside and getting that foul, we suspected a lot of three-point shots from Harding, but ended up with a little bit of a different game style, different game plan, as well as with the Ouachita. I mean, a lot of the time you see Grayson, I mean, he has 19. He's dominant, as always, but he doesn't have as many rebounds as he normally does. He has 7. Still a lot. I mean, we're talking about a superstar here.
McBride with the drive on the left side over Gavin Snyder. He gets the hoop in the harm. What a momentum play for McBride. That puts him in double digits today. And now he's going to get one more attempt at the free throw line. What a response. And head coach Weston Jamison gives a little glint to the referee, letting him know, hey, ball don't lie.
Yeah, I think McBride caught Snyder a little bit off guard. A lot of the time, whenever McBride would dribble up, Snyder would like to play that half-court kind of press, put some pressure on him, and McBride just took off on him, and a little bit too quick for Snyder there.
McBride's free throw goes in, so now the Ouachita lead just down to 1 again this game. Just continuing to stay close, and that's exactly the type of basketball that we like to watch. Neal driving. He's got Williams on the outside. Over to Snyder. Grayson on the drive. And good defense by Harding. They're going to say that went out on Ouachita.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
Grant, I'd like to look at that one again because by every sense of the word, that one was out on Harding. But nevertheless, Keelan McBride is going to pick back the ball. And, you know, like McBride proved earlier, maybe this will be a situation of ball don't lie.
Yeah, maybe a little makeup call for the rest.
Marshall, the long three, that one's no good. Gavin Snyder on the rebound. Man, I feel like I've said that a few too many times for a guy that's 5'11" today.
And Harding a little bit cold from beyond the arc. If that one would have went in, I think this ball game would have changed momentum very quickly.
Grayson over to Neal. He's going to drive on Smithson. Nice spin. He's got Martin open in the corner. No good off the front side.
Ouachita needed that one.
McBride has got the chance to take the lead here. Sam Smith, he's backing down Grayson. He's been hot today. And the hook shot rolls out for him. Almost got that one to go, but good rebound by the Bisons. It'll stay in possession of the team in black. Marshall thought about the three, realized he hasn't made too many of those today, so he'll keep it with him.
Feels like both teams have gone cold here.
And like it says in the top right corner, both teams 1 for 4 on their last threes, but that time, Keelan McBride.
Until that dagger right there. My goodness, what a step back shot there from McBride. He's at 15 in today's game.
Ouachita now in a precarious position. They're going to need to take some momentum here. And P.J. Neal, he's going to go to the line for 2 after being fouled on that shot.
There it is. They updated the scoreboard second. A lot of angry Harding fans after that three-point shot. I think we might have tried to sneak one on him there.
Neal's a 59.1% from the free throw stripe. First one is up for him, and it rattles in. P.J. Neal, while a guy that you're not going to want to shoot the ball too much, he's a guy that has been one of the best play facilitators in the conference this season. Second one is up, and it's good. 2 crucial free throws for him, and Coach Dennis Nutt's going to take a break. He wants to talk to his team just a little bit, and we're also going to take a break. Game tied at 73-73. We're getting into crunch time here at Bill Vining Arena, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with you on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the-right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
And we're back to Bill Vining Arena. The score all knotted up at 73-73 with not much time left to do anything. 1:48 remaining in the game. It'll be Harding basketball, the unit that head coach Dennis Nutt sends out onto the court, the 2 guards and P.J. Neal and Gavin Snyder. Reggie Martin at midcourt, and then Sean Williams and Hobart Grayson in the back. Really only one forward in the game for the Tigers. McBride, he gets doubled on the pick and roll. Smith on the inside. He's got Sean Williams on him, draws the foul, and he'll get 2 shots at the line. Sean Williams looking at the refs, saying, I don't think I fouled him, but nevertheless, the contact is going to send Smith to the line.
And Smith is at 18. That's a tough one to guard. Harding just taking advantage of the undersized Ouachita team right there.
Smith, 71% free throw shooter on the season. That first one is no good. He'll look to rebound here and get the second one to go and maybe take the lead.
And we talked about how free throws matter, and here we are again. Kind of a free throw shootout is what it feels like.
Smith knocks the second one down, so Harding's able to take the lead. Bison's lead 74-73. Grayson, ball at midcourt. Handoff to Neal. Snyder, the drive. Pass down to Neal. Martin, the drive. And he's fouled by Stetson Smithson, so Reggie Martin's going to get 2 opportunities at the line. Harding fans irate right now. They want another look at it.
Yeah, I think that one might have been a little questionable as well. It looked like Ouachita kind of feeling that pressure in a way. It almost feels like they played a little bit too fast tempo for themselves is kind of the vibe I got.
And Smithson picking up his 4th foul right there. So if you're head coach Weston Jamison, you've got a hard decision to make here. And at this moment, they're going to keep him in, but 1 foul away from being disqualified. And Reggie Martin needs the free throw here to tie it up. And he does. We're all tied up at 74 here. So both teams make 1 free throw apiece. Grant, this game not getting any more in advantage for either team.
And any turnover here for either sides might close the deal.
Marshall driving on Williams. He loses it, and they're going to say it was out on Snyder, going to stay with Harding.
And Coach Nutt wanting to challenge that, wanting to go to the replay.
He points to the monitor, so that's exactly where the refs are going to look for. They're going to take a timeout and check out this replay just to make sure that it was out on Snyder. Coach Nutt thought it might have been out on Marshall, and if that's the case, then Riley Marshall is going to pick up his 3rd turnover of the day.
And right on cue, I was talking about how a turnover here might just change the outcome of this game, and so this is why they're sending it to the booth and trying to look over this one.
You see that angle right there, probably the best angle to see, and that looks like it might have touched Marshall's hands there. Obviously, it has to be conclusive evidence, irrefutable. So the referees need to discern whether or not that is irrefutable or not.
And that's going to be close.
And really, it's plays like this and refereeing like this that decides whether or not this game goes in whose favor. So referees have deliberated and they have their decision. Looks like it's going to stay with Harding here. Not enough evidence to determine whether or not it was off the hands of Marshall. So passing it in will be Keelan McBride. He's going to pass it into Smithson. He's backing down Martin. The tough shot, and it rolls in for him.
You cannot let him get that pass inside off the inbound.
Another whistle blow. Referees want to make sure everything's okay.
Especially with only, I think it was 13 seconds on the shot clock with that out of bounds. You cannot let him get that pass inside. And I know that booth review kind of gave him what seemed like a little timeout to kind of draw up that play, and it worked in Harding's advantage.
50 seconds left in the game. Possession arrow towards the Tigers here. PJ Neal on the drive. Falls to the ground. Handoff to Snyder. The pass, and they're going to say he walked. What a crucial turnover for the Tigers. And the Bisons now have the ball with 11 seconds between the shot clock and game clock. Still not enough time to hold it for the rest of the game, so not in foul territory yet.
Yeah, tough decision what you want to do with the Ouachita here. It looks like they're going to full court press, try to force a turnover.
And you hear the referee saying, "Do you have that curfew anymore?" Sam Smith saying, "I don't have curfew." Nevertheless, it's going to stay with Harding. They get the ball across the court. Now they're going to let some time come off the clock. Now they do need to get a make here, though, or all this time off the clock may be for naught if Ouachita can convert on the other end. McBride with the drive. Shot clock ticking down. The pass in, and it's a turnover. Snyder on the break. Neal back to Snyder. And he gets it up and in on the left side. It's tied up at 76. 8.9 left in the game.
And what a shot and a big turnover there for Ouachita.
Call on the play. Making sure now if those points counted. I think they do. 8 seconds left. McBride with the ball, chance to take the lead. And he loses it on the last play.
And I think there was a little bit more time than .1. I think the clock got stopped wrong.
And they're going to come back to the monitor to see how much time is left on the clock. Ouachita will have the basketball. It'll all just be how much time is left on the clock. Tied at 76. Ouachita might have the chance to go all the way down the court and take the win here at home in front of their home fans. You see McBride driving there. It was off him. He lost it. And the referees, looks like there's 0.9 seconds left. Grant, last time I saw a buzzer beater made with 0.9 seconds left, back in 2013, Damian Lillard over the head of James Harden to take a win in Game 6 where the Trailblazers took down the Houston Rockets. So with 0.9 seconds left on the clock, Ouachita is going to have to go all the way down the court and throw up a prayer for the win.
Yeah, I'm going to guess they're just going to try to chunk it somewhere in the middle of this court, maybe half court line as far as they can get it, try to run them around and get the best shot that they can get.
And what a dude to do it. Was talking to Hobart Grayson's dad the other night, and he mentioned Hobart played quarterback in high school, so he's going to get the chance to play quarterback here. Shucking it down the court, and it's a steal for Wesley Booker. The clock didn't start in time, but they're just going to call it overtime. So tied is the score. Let's play one more here at Bill Vining Arena. We're all knotted up at 76 apiece. And before we start this next period, we're going to take just a quick break. I'm Isaac Bourne, and I'll be right back here with my color analyst, Grant Johnson, in just a second here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
I wouldn't do that. What are you doing? What are you looking for?
Even the mighty might not see it coming. It's prediabetes, and it captures 1 in 3 adults. But you can escape. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test to know where you stand and prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. Be your own hero on smartphones everywhere at doihaveprediabetes.org.
And welcome back to some extra basketball here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. We're all knotted up at 76, and the players of both of these teams decided, hey, I'm having too much fun today. Let's play some more. We got 5 extra minutes put back on the clock. And today, just 2 great performances from 2 great teams in the Great American Conference, 2 Arkansas teams. And you see the 2 big men for both squads, Sam Smith and Hobart Grayson, lining up for the tip to start this extra period of basketball. And the tip is up, and this time it's going to Reggie Martin. Sam Smith wins the tip, but Reggie Martin able to get on the other team's side and grab it.
We wanted more basketball, and we got it. This is going to be a good one. That comes down to another finish in this overtime game.
Last time we saw overtime here at Bill Vining Arena was the last time that Ouachita lost here at home against Southern Arkansas back on December 12th. PJ Neal, corner 3, no good, but Reggie Martin, nice follow, can't get it to go. Hobart Grayson on the second attempt, can't get it to go. He gets his own rebound, and he's going to be whistled for the jump ball. 3 misses on the second chance opportunities for Ouachita, and it's going to go to Harding on that one. They have possession. So Ouachita unable to get their first 3 shots to go in this period, and not a great way to start this overtime period.
And a lot of emotion from both teams. Both of these teams want this win really badly.
Right now, you see right now with the ball, Stetson Smithson, he's playing with 4 fouls, so going to need to keep himself out of fouls again. Sam Smith, that shot rolls off. Battle for it on the floor. Hoper Grayson comes out with it. Thought maybe that they'd get another jump ball, but great effort by Grayson to pull it away before.
And offensive rebounds on both sides, and neither of them can get anything to go for it.
Sean Williams, step back from the side. No good. Almost had it, and it was halfway in, but can't get it to go.
And Williams looked so composed in that shot. Surprised it didn't go in.
McBride, he's got the ball. He had an incredible second half. 15 of his 15 points were scored in that second period of play. It's going to be out of bounds on Ouachita. Will stay with the Bisons. 12 seconds left on the shot clock.
And you can't let this pass inside. They're going to try to get it there again.
McBride out to Smith. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Booker driving on Grayson. Tough bucket is no good. Smithson with the rebound and the harm. Gets the shot to go, and he's going to have one more attempt from the line.
And that's 5 offensive rebounds in this overtime game so far for both teams. I mean, both teams got to box out. I know it's a tough one to box out for, but go put a body on somebody.
Smithson rarely misses his free throws. He's 87% on the season, and that time knocks down another one. Bisons lead by 3.
87% on the season, and Harding is 87% on the game so far.
Snyder to Williams on the side. Step back in the corner. No good. He wanted that one, and Sean Williams starting to go cold at the wrong time.
And that's 2 in a row where Williams had a great look at it and just in and out. That rim must have been tightened before this game.
McBride, he's looking for a man. Interesting to see Gavin Snyder on the much taller Stetson Smithson, and now he's going to get a back down. Out to Smith. Smith for the 3, and that one hurts the Ouachita Tigers' hopes of a comeback here. They trail by 6, 2.5 minutes to go.
And that's Smith now at 22 points. The big man shooting it from beyond the arc.
Here's Grayson on the side. Pull up over Smith, and that one's good. And head coach Dennis Nutt immediately calls a timeout. Smart timeout by Nutt, wanting to be able to talk to his team just a little bit. Grayson being able to shut down the momentum by a little bit. We're going to stay right here. It's going to be a 30-second timeout. And after what looked to be out of grasp for Ouachita after Smith is able to sink the 3, they only trail by 4. A 4-point deficit is definitely not insurmountable, especially with 2:17 left in this game.
Yeah, just like you said, smart timeout call by Coach Nutt. I really like that timeout call. They've kind of been struggling defensively in this overtime game. Looks like Harding talked something over and found a gap or found a weakness in this Ouachita defense. Coach Nutt going to have to respond with that. I'm going to guess they're going to try to come out with some type of press, put some pressure on them. I don't know. They're going to have to do something to stop this Harding offense.
And taking it out of bounds will be Wesley Booker. Ouachita now going with the full court press. Pass goes into Keelan McBride. He's been a maestro today, 6 assists along with 15 points, but he also has got 4 fouls to go with that. The drive, that one's batted out of bounds by Neal. 9 seconds left on the shot clock. Will stay Bison ball.
And Gilbert almost caught him napping there. Luckily got the hand in there and poked it out of bounds.
McBride looking to get it into Gilbert. He does, and he gets it right back. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. He's got to take a shot. And the hook is good. What a shot by Keelan McBride. And he's going to bring the Harding lead back up to 6. 1:40 left in this one.
You were just talking about it. McBride has been huge so far for Harding.
Grayson, mid-range shot is good. And nice response by the junior. Today he's got 23.
And I can feel the momentum change every single possession between these two teams. It's been hard fought all game.
McBride, he's guarded by Neal, just wanting to take some time off this clock. If Harding can score here, that would do a large amount towards getting them the win here on the road. Gilbert, he's going to pull up from deep. No good. That was in and out. And that one's going back towards Harding's way. Hobart Grayson unable to procure it, and it was off him, out of bounds.
And I think that one might have been the silencer if that one would have dropped.
And man, that one was almost in. Went in and out for the senior out of Mountain Home, Arkansas. And that one's going to be a timeout. We're going to stay right here once again. 30-second timeout. 1:01 left in this one. Harding basketball. How do the Bisons put the silencer on the Tigers here?
I think if they can draw up a really good inbound play right here, that'll really do it. They're going to try to get it inside and almost use that mix match that they've been trying to get with Smith down low. So if you're Ouachita, you just got to really look for that big man down low. Obviously, you can't allow a three-pointer. That's really not questionable at all. But do not let the ball get inside if you're a Ouachita.
It's going to go inside to either one of the Smiths. You'll see Smithson or Sam Smith get the ball. They've done really well on those out-of-bounds plays at getting the ball into the big men. And right now you see the 6'2" Reggie Martin guarding up on the 6'7" Stetson Smithson, and that's really what you've seen all day. Booker gets it in. Williams. And they're going to whistle him for the foul. No, they're going to whistle. They're going to say it's a timeout. And we're going to stay here once again. Harding still leads 82-80. Not much, really not much of a difference between now and that last timeout. Just unable to get it in. And now head coach Weston Jamison wants to draw up another play for his team after McBride right there was trapped in the corner.
And late in that second half, we talked about how turnovers are big late in crucial situations. So if Ouachita can force a turnover, maybe they can get a little bit of momentum going the other way and mount a comeback.
And Ouachita has forced plenty of turnovers today on the day. They've got 7 steals, and that's accounted for 12 of Harding's turnovers. So now 55 seconds on the clock. Here's Keelan McBride with the ball. A chance to put the death blow on the Tigers. Bounce pass to Smith. Smith pull up. No good. And the rebound is going to go towards the Tigers. Referees want to look at it now. And Grant, I think that one might have gone off Hobart Grayson once again.
And that's back-to-back. We're end of regulation and end of overtime right now, where the booth review is playing a huge factor.
If this is out on Grayson, not too much time on the shot clock will be left for the Bisons. And not sure if there's enough conclusive evidence.
Yeah, it's going to be close. I think it might be Harding basketball.
The main thing is if it's conclusive. If it's not completely irrefutable, then it will go as called. And since it was called for Ouachita, if they cannot completely conclude that it was off Ouachita, then it'll stay Ouachita basketball.
Yeah, it's going to be really close.
And you see there on that shot, right there, great job by the replay team in the trailer. Credit to Gavin Wallace, Priscilla Leverett, Chloe Velleman, Chris Babb, maybe even Phil Bird might be in there as well. Just credit to everyone in there. That's a great great play for them, and probably might be a game-deciding play.
Yeah, it might be. Ouachita still got some work to do.
Williams. He's got Snyder. Tigers in need of a bucket. Grayson driving. That one's no good.
And you got to foul soon.
Shot clock is off, and they're going to foul Gilbert. And he's not the guy that you want to foul at these points of the game. He's 91.7% from the free throw line on the season.
And Harding this far is 88.2% from free throw line.
And Grant, if this one does go towards the Bisons today, that would make both of Ouachita's home losses this season in overtime. But Gilbert still has to make his free throws here if he wants to put the nail in the coffin. First one is up and good for him. The senior out of Mountain Home, Arkansas, wants to go home to Searcy with a win today.
It's not over yet, but Ouachita's going to have to get some quick baskets.
Second one is good, so now the Tigers trail by 6 with 21.3 on the clock. Williams to the bucket, gets a quick score. Timeout, Coach Dennis Nutt. Tigers trail by 4 again, and great play by Sean Williams, just not to let too much time get off the clock, just going coast to coast there.
Yeah, that's exactly what you have to do. I mean, the only thing that you can do, it looks like P.J. Neal might sub in is what it looked like. And you're going to need some stops, hoping for a steal.
Referee is heading back to the monitor to make sure to see how much time went off the clock on that play. Sean Williams just able to grab it and go quickly down the court and just put it right in for him. And then there, as it whipped past, looks like there's about 17.6, 17.7 seconds. Great work by the clock team, and they're not going to have to change too much on the clock there.
And that review giving both teams a little bit more time to scheme up something defensively and offensively for Harding.
It's going to be sent in by number 3, Wesley Booker.
And Ouachita's going to try to get a steal first before they foul. I wouldn't doubt if maybe 3 or 4 seconds gets off that clock before they foul. You got to try to trap off that first pass, and you got to have gamblers.
Deliberation between the referees. Head coach Weston Jameson had something to say. But just crucial situation right now. Ouachita trailing by 4, on the verge of taking their second home loss if Harding can finish this one out. McBride doubled in the corner, and Booker is fouled by Reggie Martin. And so now Wesley Booker will head to the line.
And Harding did a great job of getting that ball in and having 2 guys where the Ouachita defender had to make a decision between the 2 and just pick the wrong one.
And Wesley Booker on the season, not too much worse than Wyatt Gilbert. 83.3% from the stripe. First one is up for him, and it's good. Lengthens the Bison's lead up to 5. And Grant, this has been a hard-fought, hard-nosed basketball game, one that I'm sure the players for either team are not going to forget. He misses the second one. Hobart Grayson running on the fast break. To the paint. No good. And falling out of bounds, Wesley Booker. It's going to stay with the Tigers. 5.9 seconds on the clock. Tigers are going to need a quick pass in and a quick shot unless they want to look over the clock just a little bit more.
Yeah, I'm going to suspect the 3-point shot here.
Williams, quick inbounds pass, and he gets it up and in. 4.3 seconds left. No timeouts for either team. Smithson gets it into Gilbert, and he's fouled. Took way too much time off the clock. And so if Gilbert can make one of these, that's pretty much game for the Bisons.
But what a game it's been so far, my goodness. I mean, if you tuned in just in overtime, you missed a good one. Just hard fought, back and forth action all game.
One make for the senior of Mountain Home, Arkansas is all it takes to win this one. First one is up and good. And folks, that might be all she wrote. Takes the second one, and it's good. And he's not going to get a shot up. And just like we saw on Thursday, Harding comes on the road and beats the home team, Ouachita Tigers, 89-84 here at Bill Vining Arena. Ouachita takes their first home loss since December 12th, and in exciting fashion. You know, Grant, at the end of the day, was a fun one to watch and just not the right result for Ouachita.
It was a good one for sure. Harding was 4-4 on the road up until this point. Now getting that positive, but I mean, what a game, like you said. Lots of highlights from Hobart Grayson, and I mean, just all over the place. Good Harding win. I wouldn't knock Coach Nutt or this Ouachita team for this one. There's still lots of season, lot in the season left, and much more to come.
And as we talk over this one just a little bit, we'll have head coach Dennis Nutt head to the table and talk with us about this game. You know, Harding coming into enemy territory, not shooting too well from deep today, 36% from behind the arc, but able to come in and still pick up the win just because of insanely good interior presence play from both Sam Smith and Stetson Smithson.
Yeah, they were kind of that 1-2 punch for Harding for sure. Harding had 12 turnovers on the game to Ouachita's only 8. But I think Harding kind of came back with those rebounds is really what helped them prevail to this win. Harding had 32 on the game, Ouachita at 27. And that's a little bit of that the lack of height that Ouachita has. And it sometimes can kill you in a game, and that's exactly what it did.
And Ouachita on the season now will go 1-1 with their rival in Searcy. As earlier this season, Ouachita traveled to Harding and was able to pick up the win. But you know, just a game that not too many players from Ouachita would really expect, but one that does not go in the favor of them. And lone bright spot for them has to be Hobart Grayson. 23 points on the game, 7 for 7 from the free throw line, 9 rebounds. I mean, Grayson just doing what he does best, which is put the ball in the basket and rebound the basketball as well.
And there's a couple others that stepped up big for him for sure. Gavin Snyder at 13, and really was that spark that came off the bench. I wouldn't, be opposed, or I'm pretty sure he'll get a lot more minutes further on in this season.
And coming up in just a little bit, head coach Dennis Nutt walking over, as you see on the court, to talk about this game, which ended in exciting fashion again. Second time this season that Ouachita has played an overtime game, and the second overtime loss as well. Both have been in this building. And now joined by head coach Dennis Nutt. Coach Nutt, another overtime game, just not going in your favor once again. Just talk about those last couple possessions and just how Harding was able to take the win.
Well, it goes back a little further than that. They outplayed the second half. They shot the ball, well over 50%, 57. Made tough shots. I mean, we were contesting a lot of them, but then we did play defense. We didn't get the offensive rebound. So that's that's critical. If you're gonna win games, you gotta do that. We're the roles flip. We're the 100 team today, and they came in a little bit more hungry than we were, and that's kind of what happens.
And really, a majority of this game being played on the offensive boards. So many players picking up so many offensive rebounds, 7 apiece for either team. How was that really the big catalyst for Harding to be able to pick up the win today?
Yeah, just those offensive rebounds, those timely offensive rebounds. That we had a pretty good defensive possession. You work 27 seconds sometimes to get a stop, hopefully, but we just didn't get them, and that's how it happens. They're a good team. They made tough shots, and you give them extra opportunities. It's going to be a tough day.
And coach playing against a team that's so outside heavy, playing mostly outside in this season, but able to go inside and play among the likes of Devin Franklin and Hobart Grayson, Sam Smith and Stetson Smithson really being the two main guys on the inside, scoring 22 and 20 apiece.
Yeah.
What did you see that's not really characteristic of this Harding team today that was able to help them pull out this gritty one?
like you just said they made tough shots. You know, they're go-to guys. I thought Sam made some really tough shots in there. We sometimes let him catch it a little bit too deep, you know, than we normally do. But, you know, give them credit for working and getting position, and they made the shots when they needed to. They had a tough one. That little and one there in overtime was critical. That has come off offensive rebound.
And, Coach, this homestand not quite over yet. You've got 2 more games next week against Southeastern and East Central, respectively. You know, you guys lost to them earlier this season on the road. So how are you going to rebound off this loss quickly and be able to take it into practice next week for 2 more wins?
Yeah, you got to learn from it. You know, I thought we, you know, we come off for a big game Thursday night, and you know, you worry about these Saturdays after a big game like that Thursday and come back a little bit flat. And we weren't quite ourselves tonight, and just got to get back, regroup. There's a lot of basketball left. That was the first game of the second half of the conference schedule, so a lot of basketball. We can make our own noise, and we just got to figure it out.
Well, thank you so much, Coach Nutt.
All right, guys.
Your final score: Ouachita losing 89-84 to the road team, the Harding Bisons. But for now, this has been Isaac Bourne. Thank you so much for watching the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. God bless. Have a good evening, and go Tigers.
I'm Nicole Auerbach.
Kevin Kugler of Westwood One.
Hi, everybody. It's Pete Brannick of the Memphis Grizzlies and Fox Sports Southeast.
This is Danielle Musselman.
This is Kyle Peterson with ESPN. This is Tom Hart of ESPN and the SEC Network. Thanks for tuning in to the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.